Ja. Ja. Okay. Hi guys. Welcome to the Puffins against the Turtles in the Pro Chess League Week 3. So, as it is, the games are underway. Let's see if we can find some webcams. Here's Thruster making his season debut for the Puffins. He has the white pieces against Jure Borjak of the Turtles. As always, some last minute things to take care of, but I'm hoping we are more or less good to go here. I'm just going to post here that we have started. Okay. So let's see what's happening in all the games. So Hutnin is playing against Michelangelo, he has the white pieces, and Luka Lenic, he's been doing great for Ljulbjana, scoring 7.5 out of 8 so far. Hirvar, just checking if my guys, yeah, my guys are there. So we do have Björn playing the Queen's Gambit, and standard Queen's Gambit declined for live stream of this match. Okay, Thorson we already saw, he was playing the Italian, which is very popular these days. After a6, you can play h3, yeah, bishop a7 and bishop a3. This is following actually the second tiebreak game of Giri against Carlsen, so everything well known. And Johan, he has the black pieces against Duško Pavićević, and he's playing the modern, Tiger's modern a6 here, yeah, the Austrian attack. This is a tricky line where black is somewhat cramped at times, and white has these great looking pawns here, which cement the space advantage. Okay, this is Johan, and Hjörvar has the black pieces against the young Luka Skuhala, 21-14. And we have another Italian, but Hjörvar goes for a fiancetta line. This is very common when black wants to win against the Italian. So I hope people are joining soon in the chat. I hope I will be joined later in the in the program, in the stream by some of our friends. At the moment, there's a tournament behind these doors, a classical tournament, and my guys are playing in this room. So a lot of things going on. I'm broadcasting this from the Icelandic Chess Federation. That's where I am, and behind these doors is the Reykjavik Chess Club. Probably one of the older chess clubs around. My guess it's 100 and something years old. So okay, let's check in with some guys. Let's check in with Björn. He's playing on board 1. So let's see how he looks. He looks quite calm. And let's see the last few moves. Okay, we had standard. Let's go from the top actually. Standard Queen's Gambit. Oh, he's playing the Rogozin actually. And after, when did he retreat the bishop? Queen g2, h6, and the bishop went back to e7. Yeah, that's where I saw it, and it looks like a Queen's Gambit declined. And Björn decides to give up a black squared bishop. He gives up a bishop pair, but sometimes this is useful when you can like build up a wall of pawns on the black squares. Hey, am I done? Good Puffins, man. Yeah, when you can build up a wall on the black squares, when you give another black square bishop, that can be useful, but BSC took on h4 and played bishop f5. So trying to exchange pieces, and this should be close to equal. I'm not sure, I might even prefer black, but I'm just saying that because he's 26-46, I guess. Okay, MK. Who else do we have here? Johan. The player cam drops out a little bit. I'm not sure why. Let's go. Let's do it like this. Oh, no. Okay. I am on. Yeah, Björn will be happy with a draw here. So I'm on a different computer as opposed to last time. So might be a few glitches, but hopefully we'll sort them out soon. I'm sorry, I'm not finishing my burger, burger. Uh-oh. Looks like this computer might not be handling all the love here. Just a moment. I'll turn this off and come back. And we don't need this. And we don't need this. Yeah, that's right. Our plan is to get a good score against the 2100. Last week we won against London, but we lost. We actually lost all the games against Goin. He had 4 out of 4. So similar game plan. Don't know why the webcam is dropping off, but hopefully this will be okay. So Johan has a very cramped position. And we can imagine some kind of push here coming up. So personally, I wouldn't be feeling great here. But having said that, we don't really have any immediate weakness, except now that the e6 pawn can come under attack with knight g5. Yeah. I don't think black is doing anything here, so this looked like the most natural move. That's what Johan played, queen g2. Black is playing really fast, 12 minutes against Johan's 9.5. Let's keep up and look at some other games. Johan is a bit cramped. We're going to look at Hjörvar. He is playing, with the black pieces against the young kid. And we saw bishop e6, bishop b5 was played. Hitting this one, so king h7, and the kid opened up in the center with d4, which has its pros and cons. And yeah, exchange of pieces. So this should be around equal, so it will be tough to win here. And the young kid with white even has a huge time edge here, 4 minutes. f5 and knight d5. Do we want to take house or knight? Well, on the one hand, the bishop isn't necessarily all that great if you take, except if they play g4. But on the other hand, can we tolerate this knight? I don't know. Okay, this doesn't look like much. Moving over to Thorhalsson. He's playing against Donatello. Oh, JJ412JO picked Thorfinson for your fantasy team. Yeah, it's tough to get strong players on board 4. But so far, Thorfinson has been getting at least 50%, so looking forward to that. Meanwhile, noise is coming from the other room. You can see Thorhalsson there behind him. There's a painting of the famous Fischer and Spassky match. You see Bobby. No, it's not Bobby, it's Boris. Boris in the background. So we had this Italian. Let's see what happened. Standard maneuver here. This knight should be going to g3 at some point. And d4, simplifying in the center. And the queen f3, knight f5. So white should be very slightly better, but it's not much at this point. A draw is very likely. 11 minutes against 7 seems like the Ljulbjana guys are a bit stronger. Oh, Amadan, you saw that? Yeah, Thorfinson, he beat. It was with handicap, I think, but he beat Mamadierov 2-0 in blitz. So that's pretty impressive. King goes to h8, prophylaxis. Knight takes h6 was threatened. Yeah, I think for these fantasy competitions, stuff like board 4 can be really important. I mean, it's really easy to just pick Magnus and Hikaru. Oh, hello, Greg. Hello, Greg. It's really easy to just pick Magnus and Hikaru for board 1. They get 4 out of 4. But you're gonna make your money with the board 4 guys and lower. So okay, Thorhalsson, he's getting some space here. I would prefer white. It's not much, but we have an excellent knight here. So we like this one. Let's see some other ones. Quick look at Björn before we go to Johan again. We saw queen f5, we have some moves, g6, queen f3. I'm guessing he wants to exchange queens. That seems like a logical plan. Well, why aren't you drawing for me? Oh, whoa! A lot of things happened, and ooh. I hope I'm not no, I thought I was disconnected. Well, things happen so fast. I'm gonna go back here real quick. Yeah, he played queen g3. I thought so. That's the plan. Offering the trade of queens. Eventually they traded on f3. It's a bit of a concession by white, but can't be like a huge issue. Okay, why do I keep jumping? So I wanted to see what happened. I think it jumped when they make a move. So it takes on another set of double pawns. But material is equal. Hang on a minute, the king is getting active, but the white is snatching a pawn. Ooh, his king is feeling the draft though. What's going to happen here? f3, king g3. Is there some kind of plan to double on the h file and give mate? 9 minutes against. I mean, isn't this just an easy plan? I just want to double, rook h3, you're getting mated. Meanwhile, seems like my connection is not all that stable. I might want to plug in, plug in a cable just in case. Let's hope this doesn't mess up things up. If it messes things up, we'll be back. Don't worry. Okay, video is lagging, damn it. So, some issues at the moment. Damn it. The computer that we used last week crashed, so I thought this one was okay. But I'm not sure. Okay, Björn found the plan. Meanwhile, he's going to put the rook on h1. So this plan is not working. And white is up a pawn. I mean, he might be holding here. Okay, rook h1 is forced. Let's switch over to the player cam. Okay, it's a good thing that it's working right now. So rook h4. I'm a little bit worried. No, he can't play. I was worried about the plan with g4. Well, he can play g4 now. So rook a7, g4. Okay, then I take here. G takes. Czechoslovakia, I take on f3. But what if he just plays rook here? So this rook here, I play h4, and if g4, Björn is planning to take with rook takes b7. Rook takes b7, this one hangs. So Björn is finding some tricks. He's a tricky guy. Okay, it's good that the stream looks good at the moment. Let's hope that it will stay that way. Keep getting some worrying signals though on my computer. Okay, let's follow up with the other ones. Johan was struggling. Let's have a look at that one. He is still holding the material balance, but white looks very threatening here. Far advanced pawn on g5, it's well protected. The queen is protecting the knights. Much better pieces for white. But how to continue? This knight is holding the fort at the moment. There's no knight f4. If white could play knight f4, that would be a problem. The time situation. Yeah, Amatan is probably right. Rook h7, rook a8, and the rook starts to give checks. So if there's a particular game that you like us to keep an eye on, let us know here. Let's have a quick look at Hjörvar. He has trying to play for a good knight against a bad bishop. And he might be able to do just that, or can he? No, he will take with the bishop. If he takes here, bishop takes. And our problem is we want our knight on these squares, but the bishop on f5 is covering that. There might be some takes on b5, but you have to be careful because white also has ideas, like if queen takes, bishop takes, the king can come to f3 and white can play h4, trying to target this pawn. So at the moment feels like black might even be playing for a draw here. We'll see. White offered a draw, but he didn't accept. Okay, Thruster is all of a sudden it looks, well, how does it look? Looks like neither side can do much, and it could be some sort of zugzwang. I mean, white is not losing here. I mean, if the king moves, I have a check if I want. King g1, king h7. I'm gonna predict it. Yeah, it's a draw. Neither side can do anything. I mean, this is good, but the queen can't go anywhere. The knight has no squares. This is all covered by the queen. Blah blah blah. So this looks like a draw. So yeah, game drawn by repetition. Let's go to Hutton's game, because if he can hold down this this attack here, and he might just be drawing, which would be a big result for us. So let's update the results. So we have half a point for Ljulbjana and half a point for the Puffins. The Puffins. So what's going on here? A5. How does black continue? A6 is coming. I mean, if the king can survive here, then it's okay. And black's problem is, I mean, he wants to play g4, but to do that, you have to play rook g7. And then you can't play g4 because this will be hanging. So how do you even improve here? I'm not sure you do. White has to be careful though about some pawn endings. Okay, so the plan is rook takes. Does he want to take here? No. Yeah, maybe take here. King takes, take here. No, we have a passed pawn here. Pawn hunting is good for white, so black can't do that. So I don't understand this idea. Okay, he takes this one. And solid bra. He takes on h3. I am thinking well, you have to be careful about some rook check and rook here, right? Rather gdzie?
Getur með rók á þrjú. Það verður undir af heiða kongi 4 í var jættafli.
Já, hlýtur eiga kongi G4, hótt að drepa skák. Kongur hér, rók getur. Það er eitthvað. Já, fyrir appið bara stað. Já, hlýtur ok.
Það reyndi fara eftir og aðtöður í einu.
Kannski betur þetta með kóng og halda hróknum, eða hrókur hátu eða eitthvað. Einhvers staðar.
Ertu live eða?
Já.
Þessu leik?
Já.
Leikras. Já, fyrst. Fá rókin hana á sig, hann er hann ekki skák. Rókrasið hótt dreipur hann á þrjú. Rókur aðsvið, þá kongur ekki 4 kannski. Það var kannski kongurinn aftur, rókurinn aftur upp. Kongur upp á F3.
Þetta er tricky.
Svolítið tricky.
Ok, Johan. So material is still equal. It looks very dangerous, but black seems to be holding for now. I mean, if he wins the pawn, then things might even turn around here. So at the moment, 4 attackers on this pawn. White can threaten the mate here, but I take with a knight. Knight takes, should be okay. Ah, come on. So let's have a look at Hjörvar's game. He is down to 1 minute, but this should be a draw. Unless white gets overzealous. I mean, we could try knight c1, knight c5, yeah. Game drawn by repetition. So that's actually a very good result for Ljulbjana. Their board 4 gets a draw. So it looks like we might have to do the same here. Okay, rook check. I mean, I guess you have to go here. Rook here takes. Is rook G? No, rook G2 is not in time. So I'm getting this notification that dropped. Why can't it? Oh, he can't take the pawn, of course, because of the rook is dropping. This might be a draw, though. I mean, if it does something else, like rook G2, king takes, rook takes F2, there's rook H2. And yeah, this pawn is actually holding the fort. biggest criminal in Iceland. And you need 14 special forces guys to take him down. Okay, I don't see how white black does anything. Yeah. Don't know why we're getting the lag. Sorry guys. It's a bit of a letdown. So we're not gonna well, no, okay, I'm not gonna say it. The computer we had last week, we couldn't use that one, and we got another one, which was supposed to be good, but it was completely bugged, and so we had to resort to this one, and unfortunately, it doesn't seem as good as I thought. Well, that was the president of the Icelandic Chess Federation. I mean, now we take here. What is he doing? King there. Ooh, crap. Crap. Is he finding something? Okay, rook h2. Rook g2. King h3. I mean, this is... Maybe he goes for the a pawn now. Yeah, like rook a7. King g3. Rook takes a6. Yeah, it looks good for black. Unfortunately, let's go to king h1. Wow. What does that do though? Maybe move the a pawn. I mean, it's probably better for black to take it on a2 anyway. So let's move it to a4. Okay, let's go over to Johan. Very exciting round. Oof, black is looking. I mean, white. What happens if I take on e4? Meant on g7, sorry. Probably the same now. So black, white is only 30 seconds, so they're repeating right now. I'm wondering if they're just going for a solid 2.5 in this round. So we have actually 1-1. So 2 draws so far. Rook g3, I take. Now I have to cover g7. How do I do that? I can give some checks. I have 46 seconds. Queen g4, okay, that covers things. But f7 is dangerous. Man, oof. What do we do against f7? Queen g7. Queen here, we have knight f4, okay. If knight f4, queen e8, and bishop f6 is probably decisive. Bishop f6, queen takes, queen takes. Yeah, that's just losing. Yeah.
Knight e2. King h2.
Okay, we can take with jack at least. Okay, but king g7 at h5. So maybe queen d6 or h6.
Pawn on e5.
And queen, yeah, e5. So maybe queen d6 was better, but yeah, white is having the upper hand now, and well, Björsa seems to be holding on for now, at least. How does black improve? I'm not sure. Oh no, now it's over. Okay, that was a huge win for Ljulbjana. So we really need to hold on to this one. But the king is coming in. Is it enough?
C6 maður.
Okay. Now even
Kongur F2.
king f2, yeah. No tricks for you. What's white was trying to win? Okay.
Já.
White might win
Yeah.
this actually.
Þú
Okay,
sér
king takes, and then rook c5. He can play e4. Ah.
Rókur til D5. Svo bara rókur C5 mættir.
Yeah.
Kongur D3.
Okay, so the king is blocked, king d3, then rook c5.
Ekki sem
Is that enough?
Já, já. Jú, að meinum þetta. Rókur C8 og svo bara rúlla peðið. Kannski ekki alveg.
Now it's a draw, I think.
Nei, kongur C5, já, já.
Yeah, you can just get checks, frontal checks. Maybe, maybe rook c8 was better, then you can't go to the 8th, and then you can
So there's a mate now.
bring your king.
King C6.
Oh, king d5, king c6. No, come on, Björn.
Jú, ok, já.
Okay.
Æ, hann sér ekki þemma.
Ja, hann sér það endanum. Come on, Björn. Now it's not working.
Æ, æ.
King c6, man.
Æ, hann vennið.
No, how did that do anything? Bring the king closer. It doesn't do anything.
Ok.
Yeah, king c6 is
Já,
just winning. He has to do something about the mate threat and then d5. Rook c8 check, king d7 and then d5. Okay, but with 12 seconds things can still happen. Yeah, it's very unlike Björn not to see a trick like king c6. Wow. Yeah, draw, okay. So 1.5, 2.5. Wait, what? So for them it's 2.5. For us it's 1.5. Johan actually had a repetition, but he played for time and it bit him in the end. Let's see, Björn analyzing his game. Yeah, he had king c6, which is absolutely winning. We go back. He's doing everything right, except here. Should have played king to c6. and white wins. There's a mate threat, and this gives you time to move the pawn to d5. Then there are no more frontal checks. The jack here, king here, and then you move the pawn. And eventually you reach a Ljulbjana position, king on the 7th, the king blocked, and you build the bridge. But okay. I'm actually gonna change this a little bit, so hopefully it doesn't take as much. Okay, the second round is actually underway. Okay, I'll change this zoom region here, so screen capture this. So this is our player cam, and we're going back. Okay, so here we are with the white pieces now. We are going to need him to score. He is playing against Splinter Dusko Pausovic. Johan, white pieces against Luka Skuhala. Thruster black against Luka Linic, who is playing very confidently here. Let's see what happened here. Queen b3, queen e3. That's a tricky maneuver. Tricky maneuver. It's definitely prepared. So now black wants to castle, but he needs to spend some time. Probably on queen d8 and then castles. I hope there might be some echo. I'm just gonna check right now. Okay. So queen d8 to get castled. So yeah, white is playing really confidently here. Okay, Hudnin, black pieces, and he's playing. Well, I thought he was playing the Cosio. No, he's not playing the Cosio. He's playing with the Spanish with d6. I think it's a Steinitz. So rather passive, but solid. d5. He'll go knight b8 and play for some sort of kingside attack. The problem with this kind of position is it's like a king's Indian, but without the light squared bishop, which can be a really important piece. So white is slightly better here in general. We're going back to Hjörvar's game. He's on board 1 against Dusko. So a queen's gambit with knight g2 e2 and queenside castles. Okay, let's check out the 2100 guy. I actually thought he was I thought he was a bit younger, to be honest. But clearly it's some okay, I didn't show you guys. Clearly it's some underrated 2100. I mean, he got a draw against Hjörvar in the first game, so that's something. Okay, what else do we have here? Johan. Can actually do a better job with the camera, so let's reload it. Looks a bit better. So Johan is playing, this looks like it was a Nimso. And we are going to need Johan to win in this one. So black is playing for this closed structure. Meanwhile, white has the bishop pair. Not much of an advantage at the moment, because black can take on g3 if he wants. Yeah, so this will be a quiet maneuvering game. Do we have anything exciting? Not really. Thruster. Okay, I like that. He's getting a knight on c4. That could be a nuisance for white. So it looks quite solid for Thruster. And Björn, we saw this c4 move. Is that something to worry about? Oh, you played b5. Queen d7 and knight to c4. This looks a bit fragile, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I was gonna say white might even play a4. He played a4. What does black do here even? This looks like a pawn down the hatch. JI412JO asks if the last name ending in son are extremely common. Yes, they're extremely common. You have a first name and your last name is your father's first name plus son. So I am Ingvar Johannesson. So Johannes is my father. Björn is Þorfinnsson, so Þorfinnur is his father, etc. Groger says it's not a law, but it's tradition. So there are some people that have family names like Bream or Mock and some others, but usually it's son or daughter. I'm not liking where this match is heading right now, if I'm being honest. c6 takes, knight takes. Looks very, very risky and frisky. So he's going for some. I mean, white can definitely take and take. Knight takes b5. Probably wants to go d5 then. Takes, knight takes. Let's play on the b4 pawn. So probably taking is more or less the only thing that makes sense, unless there's some kind of trick. Oh, pawn takes, I forgot. Okay, the rook wasn't hanging because the queen was attacked. This does not look good. You could take bishop g5, threatening to take and go knight d5. Yeah, don't like this one at all. So if our board 4 is losing, we need to win against our board 4, and then we need to get something in the Michelangelo Thorolfsson game or Hjörvar against Splinter. So Thruster is definitely slightly worse. White has the bishop pair, no apparent weakness, and he can play against. I mean, there's various ideas like a5, playing against this, breaking e4 at some point. Meanwhile, black is more or less just defending. So do we take with the pawn or the bishop? actually not sure. He takes with a bishop. Probably means he wants to maybe think about some c5 ideas. Well, that might work actually. c5 if a5, c4, no, then d5 hangs. So tricky, it looks like all the tricky positions are on our side, so I'm not doing too great at the moment. This one looks very much equal. Black doesn't seem to have many problems. The knights and the pawns are controlling the e4 break. So what does white do? b6, taking away the c5 square. So here it goes for some kind of g4 push, I'm guessing. But it's definitely worse here. Okay, quick check here if somebody. Okay, all the games, the time situation is around equal. 9 against 11 is the worst one, that's in Donatello, this one. Do we trick him somehow? Hang on a minute. Knight b6, bishop takes, rook takes a1. If rook takes a1, queen takes c3. Then we take an f6. Did he just trick him? Let's actually get the webcam. Thruster. Hjörvar, Johan. Let's see Björn. Björn! What are you doing? Are you tricking his ass? The good old Zwischenzug. So what will happen is queen takes c3. The rook can't attack the queen. He can play queen e1 maybe? No, then he loses a piece. He has to play rook a6 to keep the balance. Then we take, and queen takes b4. So at least material is equal. Is there some trickery to be had here? I don't see it. Like knight c, no, don't overcomplicate things. I think we have to take with the bishop. Rook takes b6, and queen takes b4. But white is still better there, even though at least Björn has won the pawn back. We got a very important result in the first round. That draw could become crucial. So far Lenic hasn't been losing many points, so very important draw by Björn. But unfortunately we got somewhat unlucky in the other matches. Johan could have taken a draw, which would have been good. We would be on 2-2 then. But there, board 4 did a good job of getting a draw against our board 1. So we need to get one back. We need to get our first win in this match. Can we do that? So Björn having a long think here. And okay, should be around equal. Let's go to this one, which is Johan against Skuhala. Material is equal. why did he play g3? I guess black's plan was to play rook maybe here, then take and checkmate. But that is off the agenda now. I think any idea of a5, bishop a6, we just play rook b6. But I'm not sure who's... Black also has ideas of f5. I'm not sure what's going on in this one. And we also have the incorrect player cam. Mikloping asks, if Iceland is a real place, how come no one has ever seen it? Yeah, okay. Trolling.org. Okay, we're gonna see Hjörvar here. Okay, something's happened in this one. After h3, rook h8, g4, c5. So now things are becoming sharp. If knight takes, there's knight b7, picking up the knight. So he retreated, rook b8, and g5. It does win the d5 pawn, but it does open up some lines for black potentially. And this is really risky stuff. So white is temporarily up a pawn. Whew, but at what cost? At what cost exactly, guys? Can we play an ugly move like knight to 8? That's very ugly. Knight to 8's one. My idea is just to get the queen off, protecting this. Okay, plays rook e2. Yeah, you can't take just yet, so rook c8 probably. Rook f to c8 looks logical. Then I was thinking... no, there's knight e7 check. Hello. Is this looking good for white? Just might be. How many warriors black's counterplay? Everything is protected. This knight is good. We might even play f4 next. Shut the queen out of the game. Then this knight has to do something. Okay, I'm liking this one. We are liking this one. Shall we see if we have webcam? Is it the other way? Yeah, it's the other way. There's no other way. Hjörvar. The Ginger Karpov. So Michael O, he has Björn Þorfinnsson in fantasy, and he drew against Luka Linic. That's a pretty good board 4 right there. Would be good if you could get a score in this one. If you could get a score in this one, it would be great. Okay, so we like Hjörvar's position, and Dusko is getting down on the clock. So let's see the other ones. Johan played g3, and Luka Skuhala took it. And I'm not sure what's going on here, to be perfectly honest. Seems like some sort of dynamic equality. Let's see, Thoraldsson, yeah, let's see this one. He's temporarily up a pawn. How did that happen? We saw this, he took an f6 with the bishop. Knight c4, g5. And he just grabbed the d4 pawn. Did he trick him? Is Luka Linic... Hang on a minute. Bishop b6 is threatened. Where's the rook going? Knight d1. Bishop b6. Oh, the g4 first, and then bishop b6. He has to give up the exchange. Thrulli. So whenever Thrulli does something good, we have to chant Thrulli. Thrulli. Let's go Thrully. Rook e1 is threatened. What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it, son? Bishop f1, rook d2. This is threatened. Followed by this. Ooh. This looks totally winning for black. So Thrully doing a very good job here. Let's see if Hutnin is doing something. Okay, this queen takes c3 stuff. We predicted this one. Rook a6 we saw. Bishop takes. And queen takes b4. So this is definitely better for white because this piece is much stronger than the bishop in sort of closed areas of battle. If white could dictate things, he would maneuver the knight somehow. Put it on d5. If you can do that, he is much better. Is he going for? What is he going for here? Yeah, queen takes d6, queen takes e4. I forgot about the e4 pawn. Okay, he's trying for some counterplay here. b6. But the bishop is so passive. And definitely missed this, didn't he? He missed that one. Or shall we? We can judge by the webcam, I guess. Knight takes e5. That's a shot. Unexpected shot. I have, no I don't. So he needs to find counterplay. I have a feeling he might go for takes. Queen takes d8. King here. And then this is hanging. So queen d5, there's queen e1. This is hanging, he has to play queen c5. Maybe a double here. And the king has to run, but I don't see. The king can't go to f3 or h3 and should be safe. Are there any other options? Like bishop takes b6. Queen takes f7. No, that's just mate. Queen f5 and rook c8. So I think he has to take with the pawn on e5. That's not looking too good. Okay, but let's go to... Oh, Arnar only won by resignation. Huge win for us. Muy importante. So he beats Dusko. Let's see what happened. Because we had this position with... where is it? Sorry, going fast to find the position we had. Okay, so simply retreated with the queen. f4. Queen e6. Now he's chasing the queen. Oh, look at this. Queen takes d6. Nice tactic by Hjörvar. If queen takes, it's bishop c4 check. And with the knight covering e6, you're going to lose a piece. King moves. Oh, bishop c4. King somewhere. White is simply up a piece. Well done by Hjörvar. So very important. So 2.5, 2.5. In this one we are struggling, however. Like I said, I know my guy. I know what type of counterplay he will go for. And now this is threatened. So queen d5 looks reasonably forced. Queen d3. Okay, I missed that one actually. But oh, we really need, okay. It's important for black not to allow the queen to get like here and f5 because then it's mate. And this looks bad. Okay, I will go quickly between the tables now. Let's see, Johan. Materials equal. I have to say I like black here. I mean, the white king is feeling the draft. Although f4, f5, he's closing him in. So maybe I was a bit quick on the trigger there. Or was I? Okay, f5 closes in the bishop, but this will always be weak. And he can swing his pieces around somehow. Yeah. Takes on e5. Where's the game chat? What's going on here? Knight g3, I mean maybe, well there's knight h5 though, so yeah. Bishop h3, there's knight h5. And the queen can't protect because queen h4, rook g7, queen takes h6. So knight h5 is actually a threat at the moment. If you play queen f4, maybe rook f1. Although you have to be careful about rook c2. So this is a very double-edged game. I was thinking rook f1 here though. You had to stop bishop f3, so that's more or less a forced move. Queen takes a7 is really greedy, but it does threaten f7. And this is covered. Yeah, so yeah, I was thinking I might go for this because just to have something. I mean, at least you're up a pawn now, so you can play for something. Queen e7, is that too dangerous? Bishop h3, then rook g1. Okay, I can take that. So like the rook can penetrate, but the queen is still far away from the h-file, so we're not in any danger of being mated like just yet. So this is a very tense game. A quick look at Hutnin, Björn Trafferson. Oh, he's squirming. He's squirming. He's very good at squirming. Let's see what happened. The queen d3, he played f5. Ooh. Dr. Squirmalicious, f6, e4. Queen f1, queen e3. Some kind of queen f3 check coming. Is this one of Björn's devilish Houdini escapes? Well, look at this, because like if you play, let's just say f7 or fg, f7 looks more natural. Queen f3 check, and then e3 maybe. F takes g7, that looks horrible. e3. Was he turn? Oh, queen d3 check. I missed. Ah, yeah. He missed that too. He could have played rook d2 first, maybe. Only 35 seconds. Maybe this first. This is just queen check. And, well, yeah, this is better. Everything drops. Drop-a-roni. I think, yeah, e3, he, maybe this. Okay, let's say b7. Now e3? Queen b1 check. That's an annoying diagonal. Do we have a perpetual here? He makes a queen. We take. Yeah, rook d2 was more threatening, but okay, he lost this one, so let's check in with the action. Ljulbjana takes the lead again. 2.5, 3.5. Johan seems to be going for a perpetual here, or does he? No, queen e7. No perpetual for you. But I would be very, very nervous here with both colors. Okay, yeah, he's covering h4. There's no h4 for black. If h4, black will be good. Okay, and Thorolfsson, he was completely winning. And he's still completely winning. Just king anywhere. Bishop c7. Dominating the knight. Okay, this does the same, but I would have played bishop c7. King f6. King e5, okay. We're in the square of the pawn, so I can't take. Okay, so we're winning there. So if Johan can hold the balance here, we will be equaling the match. Well, hold the balance, I mean, it's not the, the correct way to put it. If you can avoid any tricks, win this game. Well, then we actually take the lead, so sorry, I had the wrong cam. Let's go to me. Okay, there's maybe rook takes f7 and queen g5 here. No, because queen f3. It's knight f5 maybe. Knight f5 check. But it doesn't do anything really. So h3, no, bishop f3. We have to avoid bishop f3 check though, so white can always get a draw with rook f1. So he's trying to calculate the win here, maybe knight f5. Thruster already won. I mean, there was nothing for black to play for, or white to play for. So the match is tied. Ah, cool. So tight at the moment. So we need. It's very shaky. Very shaky. See if we can. Fortunately, he looks calm though. So. Can you play h3? Queen b2 then, maybe. Take an f7, yeah. That's mate. So has to kill the queen. Yeah, h3, rook there. Wow. Wow, is that a good move? It looks like it. There's even like, you can't play rook g2, there's like queen here. Wow, did he just blunder the game?
Han bara drepur g4, rokur á 3, kong g2, og hann g4, kongur f1. Já, það er d1 sko. Kongur f2. Ok, hann er lífi.
Okay, HG. King g2 is forced, queen takes. King f2. Okay, yeah, it's okay, he's covering h4 with the queen, yeah.
Nei, hann skoði. Hann fyrir með e3. Æja, hann varð að leika greinlega kongur f1.
Yeah.
Vá, ekki volið með kong. Nei.
Svo hátir. Djúðar það nasty maður.
Nei, kongur g2. Rokur á 2, kongur f2.
That bara made him one. What? Býtur hrókur e3 kongur d1, það er ekkert ljóst.
Hrókur d1 kom.
King f1.
King f1. Hvernig fór hjá Hjörvar?
Á hann?
Yes.
Ok, draw. Come on, come on.
Dró.
Going for it.
Við erum bara með balls of steel. Hann skoður á bara veginn. Æ, ég dró ekki 5. Æ, máta A3, máta C1. Máta A3. Hann skoður.
Já.
Og starfsmótið er bara háfríma,
Já, Hrókur D3 að...
Hrókur F1.
Ótrúlega að sjá Hrókur D3 og missa mat í einu svo.
Hrókur F1 kannski leikur í stöðinni.
Hvenær?
Veist það leika vatnum?
Já, ég meina að hann bóta eitthvað þannig.
Nei.
Bara hér.
Þetta ekki bara, já,
Hrókur F1.
Má hann leika þá biskup H3?
já, kannski.
Má hann leika biskup F3 eða?
Nei.
En sko, ef ég ger ekki neitt, þess að ég bara...
Biskup F3 mátt.
Já.
En ef ég leik bara A6 eða eitthvað, eins og
Já, A6, já.
það er eitthvað, sko. Það er saman hvað það er.
Ég veit hvað ætlar hann að gera? Ég meina F-svipið...
Já, A6. Já,
Það er rittarinn náttúrulega á H4 vandar, sko, þetta er... Og nýja F7, þetta er náttúrulega bara alveg...
Já, A6.
Það á ekki verið hægt að taka þessu. Þú vil lemna róa til þessu.
Já.
Já, ég er ekki að kóla. Þetta er H3
Það var þetta sékið maður. Helviti með eitthvað.
Þetta er að skora þessi djúvillan á fjórðaborðið með þér.
Þetta er einhver úlingur, öndareitið.
Já, þetta er einhver andur... Hann er ekki verið stúður hann á 20 ára gamall, sko.
Já, ég vil spila hann.
Já, það er nóttur þessu. Þeir eru bara einum yfir en þá.
Það var brennið yfir.
Já, góð. Þröstu vann og Hjörvar vann.
Ég held að ég var að redda með maður.
Já. Herru, kannski Hrókur D3 fyrir lögin.
Ha?
Það er E3.
Það er gamla græðin.
Hérna.
Það er niður og það er ekki að gera náttúrulega skapandi. Það var svona að...
Já.
Þröstu. Og ef hann leikur Hrókur C1 eða eitthvað, þá leikur E3.
Já, ég meina...
Þá kennst hann ekki að B1, sko.
Ha?
Þá kennst hann ekki að B1 heldur að skáka, þá getur hann ekki E3.
Já.
Já, hann hefði skákað.
Það er
Jafntefli.
þráskák.
Ég held ekki að það
Já, bíddu. Sko, málið að ég bara var að lenda tímar ekki, þannig að ég bara lék einhvern veginn
Já, ég veit það.
Sauð.
Já, lítur svo vel út, sko.
Já, bíddu, er þetta ekki bara smá sjans? Nei, bíddu, hann getur kannski leikið hérna...
Svona trikk, já.
Þetta á drottningin.
Og kaffi með.
Já, hérna. I can play this. Yeah, this probably wins for white. Yeah. Okay. Small break. We'll be right back. And we are right back. Hjörvar with white. Queen's Gambit accepted. Yeah, this is a known line. He plays with e4. I think it was Alexei Drev who used to play this line with black. Or something similar. White didn't take on e6, as bishop takes e6, queen b3. But that's a completely different line. Johan needs to bounce back. And this is the game to do it. White against Luka Lenic. I was so shook that I forgot to correct the score. It's 4.5, 3.5 for Ljulbjana. The Turtles. Turtles! So nothing too drastic here. Johan should know his way around these positions. Björn with black again. Duskoye is very good in the Italian game. I would be somewhat worried about this one. But we'll see. And Thruster with black as well. He has been in form. He played the Scandinavian. Ooh. Which must have come as a surprise for white here. I'm not sure we need it, but I would probably play a5 or bishop f5. Getting the bishop back out, e6. Or do we want to play e6 and maybe we want to play g6. It actually makes sense to target this. Play g6, castle, knight g6. Yeah, I think I like that approach. A bit better for black here. So okay, this would be a good game to win. Hudnin. I mean, this is very slightly better for white, but nothing too drastic. We did play against Slovenia in the last European Team Championship, and there Dusko Pavlovic had the white pieces against Hannes Stefansson, and they did play an Italian game where he won. But we'll see what happens in this one. Here for white again. Yeah. So he gets black against Luka Lenic in the last round. So at the moment, black is a pawn up, but his pawns, on the other hand, on the queen side, are a bit crippled. They're a bit crippled, aren't they? So if you can safely, if we can safely consolidate, protect this pawn, and pick up the d4 pawn, then white is going to be a lot better here. Bishop takes d4 comes into consideration actually. And if rook takes e4, I mean g7 is hanging, so maybe it takes first, knight takes e4, yeah, and then some kind of rook e1 or take on c6 or e6. Well, there's one problem with taking on g7 though, and that is that f2 will be hanging. We don't like that. So do we want to flick in rook e1? Or was this a mistake? I don't know. Maybe let's see here or to find out. Can't really get a read of him, to be honest.
strong.
Ideal structure for Björn counterplay. So he took an a7 and d1. So white is just sacrificing the pawn, hoping that the damage structure is enough. But is it? Black has his own ideas like c5, he has rook b7. I'm not too sure about this, to be honest. Maybe knight d4 and f3 is what we have to do. Knight d4, we're threatening to take this, so bishop d5 looks like the most natural. Then we play f3, kick the knight, and knight c3. That's what I think will happen. Meanwhile, Johan, he has the bishop here, but this guy is not doing too great. And the knight wants to jump into d3. So I'm actually not a big fan of white's position right now. Maybe slightly away. Time situation. It's only Hjörvar who is down to 8 minutes. Everybody else is over 10 minutes. Okay, Thruster, he played bishop a6 and knight c6, and yeah, he goes for g6. That's what I thought. And where's this knight going? Should go to e6. But white can stay solid though, so I don't know. I'm not worried about this one. Black looks very solid here with some clear plans of attacking this and maybe later breaking with e5. So I like that one. Let's check in with Björsi. Ljulbjana. Björn Thorfinson. We saw b5, he played knight d8. And took on b5. Okay. I wasn't sure if black should play a5 and close it or open the a file. He goes for opening the a file. And d5. Is it white to move? Yeah. So 12 minutes for Björn and 10 for Dusko. I'm just wondering if it's a difficult tempo to get used to. Feels like black is playing a bit too fast, maybe, with only having spent 3 minutes. But let's go to Hjörvar. Somebody was suggesting knight e5. I play rook to e1. You can play knight d4 now. And now we want to get a knight to c5. So he wants to come here and here. If we can do that, we're very happy. Rook b7. We might even, yeah, we might sack the pawn. Rook b7, knight a4, rook takes b4, knight c5 check. King somewhere, we can take on c6 or a6. Back on our a pawn. And we should have a sufficient counterplay. Ah, Sasha Brilovic in the chat. Now we need to get Grande Thorfinnsson. Mr. Sasha Brilovic. So since we have Sasha in the chat, we have to check out Björn Thorfinnsson. D5 is very tender right now. It's like a tender steak, you know. I'm not sure what that was. How do we actually deal with it? He takes on G4. It's no Swiss and Zouk business, so he has to take on G4, probably with the queen. And Queen F7. I mean, is there anything else? We have to cover the pawn. We can take on B5 though, but I would be worried about dropping a bunch of pawns in that case. Maybe rook takes A1, and then after rook takes A1, Queen F7, protecting the pawn and enabling us to take on B5. So Queen E2 defense actually. But then we might be able to go for a knight trade, play knight F5. Or take classic Björn, classic Björn counterplay. We need to get him on the camera, see how he's doing. I obviously missed that one, and I think Dusko missed it as well. If white doesn't have anything here, then it's just a much better position for black. Just play c6 next move. Everything consolidated. No worries. Only playing for, well, 2 results, 1.5. Winning most of the time, drawing some of the time. If queen takes b5, queen takes f2, and then we take on e3. White can take on d5, king somewhere, but the white king will be exposed, c3 will be hanging, rook f2 will be in the air, so white can't do that. But what can he do? What can he do? So I want to play c6 because I want to keep the knight on b5 for the time being, just so that white can't play c4. Well, then I take on d4. Okay, so now he's getting ready to maybe b5, just close it down. Maybe it's a bit too cautious, but I like it. b5, c6, knight c4. Why not? Can somebody explain to me why not? b5, I know my guy. I know my guy, I told you, I told you. Rook a2, going for counterplay. But is there any? I would love to play c6, but I don't really have to. But on the other hand, the queen is tied down here, and we don't necessarily like that. Okay, let's see some other games. We like where this is heading. Let's see Hjörvar's game. Did this happen? Knight c3, rook b7. What about knight a4? Rook takes b4, knight c5. White is down 2 pawns. You will get the pawn on c6. And probably the one on a6. Well, he can cover that one, so let's not. What are our options, however? I don't see us as having a good option, really. I would love to have a pawn on e3 so that this knight will be protected. But alas, we don't. Okay, but what shouldn't be worse even in this line with knight c5, even down a pawn? Johan, we didn't like it before. Do we like it now? Will it be Grande Johan? So the pawns are equal. Black has an excellent blockading knight. This bishop is fairly useless, but it does cover this pawn, and with it, this pawn chain. So can black make something of this one? So white probably wants to bring the king here, so h4 comes into consideration here for black. Just to block the king. Just to block the king. Yeah, this is a heavy maneuvering game. It's hard to see where either side actually improves much. So okay, but let's go to Thorazon. That's a very important game. Very important. Since we haven't had him. He was the hero of the second round. So he deserves a player cam. He deserves the player cam. So far the board 4 for the Turtles has been doing fantastically. 2100 rated, and yeah, not giving anything away. We had him on the webcam here earlier. 2, 3, 4. Here he is. It's not a young guy. Is he going for it now? H4? Okay. Okay. Yeah, so black did have an active idea of playing queen to d3 and then taking on d4, but rook d1 prevents it. Is there some way ever to break with e5? It's very risky. I don't see it actually. I don't see it. Yeah, Alvar points out that yeah, h4 might be tricky with rook h1. Let's quickly go to that. He did play it though, h4. Well, black has his own ideas of king g6. So yeah, maybe this to pick up the pawn could be an idea, but okay, black always has knight f5. So this is a heavy maneuvering game. Let's go back to thruster. Do we see any way to make progress? So he goes for the blockade, forces white to blockade here. So now probably we are going to need the f8 square, because you can't bury the bishop on h8. It's too risky. Wow, this 2100 guy, he's playing. On the other hand, like h6, bishop h8, black can never lose it, so. But of course we're hoping that black was playing for the win. That could be tricky here though. We have to keep this blockade here on c6 in case of a queen trade. Otherwise white might sacrifice a pawn, get a rook to c5, stuff like that. So this time behind thruster there's Bobby. Earlier in the first game we saw Boris. Now we see them both. Drully Boris and Bobby. Rook h1. Knight f5. Okay, if he takes, then all we can do is hope for a draw after h6. Okay. Rook f7, now we get bishop f8. I think you'll play here. I mean, since we're being allowed. I will be on the lookout for some e5 at some point. Not right now, but maybe later. Yeah. It's probably white who has the upper hand here. I think Thruster was better earlier, but not anymore. Okay, let's have a quick look around. Björsi is trying to win up a pawn, and he's making white's rook passive. Seems to have an easy plan of pushing here. Looks good, looks very good. Okay, Hjörvar went for this line. Rook b7, knight a4, knight takes c6, and rook c4. So black is up a pawn, and white can go for a draw here. Thruster is shaking his head. I can see his webcam. Is there anything wrong with taking on a6? Just wondering. Is there some sort of bishop d7? No. Or king b7 at some point. So Hjörvar can go for a draw here. And with a time situation, he might have to do that. Although with Hjörvar with white, we would like a win here to have a chance in the match. Johan, everything's still equal. Very, very heavy game. Heavy maneuvering. He has to keep an eye on this. So this bishop got around somehow here to d3. This looks better for black. Monster knight here. Black has easier ways to develop the position. Play king f5, rook here. Pressure on this guy. Looks tough for Johan. Must admit. We have Grande Björn. Grande Björn. Sailing it home.
Sailing it home, says not.
Like a machine. If only you had found king c6. Grande Björn. We have Sasa Barilovic in the chat.
Hello, Sasha. Nej, jag var hemma.
This is the cam.
Ja, Grande Björn. Grande Björn. Ja.
Okay, let's keep focus here. Thorolsen.
It's looking good, huh?
Not this one.
Okay, this one is looking terrible.
Maybe some e5 tricks coming up. Yeah, the queen may be coming into g4. You have to look out.
Grande Thorolsen.
Grande Thorolsen. And now what do we do?
We take on e5.
e5, rook take e5, perpetual. Rook takes, pawn takes, queen g4.
We can take on g5 and to take
perpetual on this circuit. Bishop take e5.
Yes, we are going for the kill.
He's going for the kill.
d5 can... No, d5 is not very good at the moment.
What? D. Okay, so if white takes, then rook takes f2. Should be at least a draw. Or is it?
What? If what?
No, takes, rook takes, bishop takes, queen g4, bishop g3, queen f3. No, it's always a draw. I mean, king g1, queen d1 check, king h2 check here, king g2 check here.
What about rook h f1?
Now.
Yes, for white.
Okay. Maybe d4? No.
Then check on c5.
Yes. c4. The board is all the way around. So you won.
I won.
So we have to correct that. Or update that, rather. And it sounds like somebody drew. Hjörvar drew, okay. Drawn by repetition. So we need this one. I think Johan is struggling. But okay, it's gonna
He took on.
come down to the last round, so that's always good.
But
Sticking around.
this looks good for.
Do we have some tricks? Rook takes f2, bishop takes. He has 3 minutes against 4. He's gonna find them. He's gonna find the tricks. If there are tricks, Thurley will find them. And oh my god.
What?
Even like queen jack and just e3 or something. Doesn't threaten anything, but just.
But you can't.
You
even if your pawn goes to e2, it's.
Yeah. But just to make him think about it. It's probably just a draw. Quick look at the Johan scheme. He's just losing. Shit.
Scheiße.
So we kind of need this one.
I'm not sure we are getting this one, maybe.
No.
But it's not even sure.
This guy on board 4, he's 21-14. That's ridiculous. There must be some story to this. He must have been like a very good as a kid or something.
Thruster offered a draw.
No, the other guy.
Oh, the other guy offered a draw.
Thruster can take the draw if he wants. If and when you decline the draw.
Goes on. You got the bastard by the balls. Why let him go?
But what to do?
No, this is it.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like we will be down 1 point before the last round.
We've seen that scenario before.
We've seen worse. It's going down to the wire, guys. So, Johan, where are you? Here are you. So Johan is going to win in the last round. He's been underperforming so far. Okay, let's find the other webcam of Johan struggling. Well, it's not done in material, but the position doesn't look good. White just looks down material, but it's all equal. It's just a monster knight, safe king, pressure in the station. Nah, this must be lost. This must be lost. It's so good, he might even play this king to f3. Just for funsies. But then what, you know, it's a different story. Yeah, pushing the pawns also looks very good. Ay. What does White even do here? It's horrible domination. At least Black has 1 minute left. Hopefully we get some drama going here. Let's get some drama, guys. Bishop c2, rook c7. So switching his attention over to the queen side, but what? But nothing. Rook b1 maybe? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Bishop c2, rook takes b6. Tricky. Trick him. b5, rook a6. If we get this guy into the game, it's very far-fetched, but Okay, b5, rook a6 maybe. Don't see anything else actually. Do we sack the exchange? Maybe just rook b4. Just make him show us. Show me. He might take on d6. Yeah. Ah, what? Is it the perpetual? Takes king. No, it's just losing.
No, no.
Or is it? Bishop takes e4 first.
Bishop takes e4. This might be a mating net. Can it be?
Nah, it can't be.
It's a tough decision for Luka.
Yeah, 20. He has the calculator. He didn't expect this. Ah, he can takes on b5, takes here.
Oh, yes.
Okay, now rook here.
Nee. Biskupin þarna nema.
Oh. So why did you say yes then?
Because at first I thought. But I mean, what the?
King here, Czechoslovakia. King h3.
This is not sure. I would not be very.
Rook c6.
Rook c6. Very important.
Rook c6. He must play. Take on c3 if he goes to b2.
Come on.
If rook c8, we take on d6.
Come on.
The other guy's down to 22 seconds. We're praying for a miracle.
Rook c6. Come on.
Yeah, those are the candidates, rook c6 or king h3. He has to keep at least a small time at king h3. What to do now though? Oh, he was going to play bishop h5 and g4 mate.
Wow, genius, Johan.
So c2 would have been a blunder, bishop h5 and g4 is mate.
That would have been beautiful.
That would have been beauty. Beauty.
Beauty.
But what now? Bishop
b3. Bishop b3.
Oh, f5.
Okay, f5.
And then this is hanging.
Come on.
13 seconds. Let's run this clock. Okay, he's keeping an eye on c8, so I mean 4-6 seconds. How can we improve this? Rook.
King d4, yeah, yes.
Oh yeah, f5, bishop takes. The threat is maybe rook c7, so mating knight yet? It's not mate, but rook c7, play it. He has 4 seconds, he might flag. f5, does and rook c7?
Rook c7, he's winning this.
He's winning! And bishop take it! No, this is a check. Okay, we can take an f6 and yes. King f4, he comes here. Should be okay. Yes! Þetta var brilljant maður. Það eru 6,5 frokkur maður. Okay. So
Ég veit að það skrifa það. Sko ég meina, ég gæti ekkert gert. Ég var að missa strafningist döðu. Já, þetta er því að skóðun aftur og það var gefinni. Það er svo góða. Það búa til þessu. Svo fór að koma með dreikjar í loki, sko. Síðan svo áttaðist fyrir biskop. Svo það er ekki náttúrulega biskop áfram og bíðið um allt, sko. Já, það er dreikjum þess.
The Puffins, the Puffins, the Puffins. I need a beer, yeah. So, we haven't started yet. That's good. Let's get a good chant going. The Puffins, the Puffins, the Puffins, the Puffins. Come on, let's go. Very tense. Has it started? No. The drama, the excitement, one team, one Johan, the Puffins, the Puffins. Hype, 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 guys. Huge hype. I'm so tense. I'm so tense, guys. So 6.5, 5.5 for the Puffins. The Puffins, the Puffins. Björn so far. Who has Björn in their fantasy team, by the way? Who has the board 4 of the Puffins in their fantasy team? Sailing it home, guys. Björn Thorfinson, the MVP. Sailing it home, Björn. He's gonna sail it home. I can feel it. I can already feel it. He's gonna sail it home. We're gonna make like a montage. Let's make a montage. Björn doing jump ropes and sailing it home, sailing it home. What else we got? Who else we got here? We have a focused Hjörvar, and he's focused because the games are on. Except his game, Hjörvar. Are you locked into? Uh-oh. Hier spasi. Okay, his game is started. Oh. The only thing that can go wrong is if people go out of live chess, then you risk the game not starting. So okay. Okay, so the games are on. This is Hjörvar. That's a quick roundup of the games. Thruster is playing against Duško Pavićević. the Italian game, he played it in the first round. It was very solid, so let's hope it stays that way. Putting in, he has white. This is, I'm calling it, this is where we will sail it home, guys. This one, Björn Torfinsen. Okay, Hjörvar. He's playing the same system he played in the first round against the other Luka. Solid system. And Johan is playing the Alekhine. He had, I think he had good results last time with it. Scored 2.5, so I'm hoping for the best. I'm still hyped after after the Johan win. Thruster. Let's switch to Thruster. It's nice to have Thruster with a painting of Boris and Bobby. The camera seems to be stalling, so let's switch over to me. If you want to support the Puffins, there is a donation button below the stream. We have the most fun team for sure. For sure. Great atmosphere. So maybe you want to donate a pizza for our next match. Or some heart medicine for me. If the matches keep going like this, I'm going to be needing it. Okay, so Thruster gives up the bishop pair here. The pawns are doubled. On the other hand, the pawn is coming to f5 pretty quickly. This guy is pretty good. And the g file could be opened. So I actually like this for black. And it seems to me, looking at Thruster, that he might be regretting this decision already. But we'll see. Queen h5. No, then just playing against the bishop pair. Knight takes, queen takes, f5. Knight f5. That might be a move, yeah. I like that one better. Okay. So I'll switch around. If you have any particular game that you want us to look at, any particular game, let us know in the chat. Quick look at Hotenin. He well, he played this in the first round against the same structure against Luka Linic, and he managed to draw. So far, he's the MVP here. With did he win in the second round? Yeah, just 2.5. How about that for your fantasy team? 2.5 out of 3 on board 3. No, board 4. 2.5. Board 4. Okay, Hjörvar. This will be a tough one. Luka Linic. Luka Linic has only half a point, so it's like they're switching around. Their board 4 should be struggling, but he's doing. He's got 2 out of 3. Meanwhile, Luka is struggling. So, but he has white here, and he is 26-46. So, this will be a tough game for Hjörvar. Finally, a rejuvenated Jóhann Hjartarson on board 2 against Jure Borisek. Let's have a look at the Alekhine. This is sort of the standard way to play it for white. Very solid, you just grab the space And yeah, it does so with d5. Sometimes black goes d5, but here I don't know if that's a viable move or strategy. So it's a little bit tricky here because white might go for like all the space with f4. So Sasha Brilovic has asked for a Bjössi. We will oblige Mr. Brilovic. Mr. Sasha. At the moment, rather quiet, but that might change if white goes for e4 on the next move. And with bishop d3, it looks like he might be setting up for just that. So at first I thought the white pieces were quite clumsy because I mean the queen is in the way of the minority attack, but it does stop this bishop from moving, so maybe e4 is the way to go here. White does get an isolated pawn, could be tricky, but like I say, I know my I know my guy. I know what he goes for. I know what kind of tricks he goes for. So, takes, knight takes. Maybe some kind of bishop c4. There could be some pressure here. Also, oh, hang on a minute. Ah, no, not yet. Not yet. But black has to be careful about like takes. And let's say the knight moves, then there's knight f6, and this is not protected. So I'm pinning my thoughts, pinning my hopes. That's what I wanted to say. On us winning this game. If we win this game, we only need half out of 3 to secure at least a draw in the match. What was that look by Björn? I don't know. But knight takes e4 and this actually looks pretty good for white. Okay, bishop c4, then he takes on e4. So maybe just rook e3 and double. Is that too slow? Knight b6, and then bishop b6 is coming. Okay, take your time, Bishop, take your time. Let's have a look at the others. Okay, Johan went for some break here after bishop h7. He played g5, preventing the f4 move that we talked about earlier. Let's actually get Johan on the camera. Was he shaking his head? Slightly off camera, so... Wait, what? No, what the hell happened? Oh my goodness. Horrible blunder by Johan. He just hung a queen in 1. Wow. That ties the match. Oh, wow. That ties the match. Oh, I can't take this, guys. Okay. So the other guys will just have to... how was the position before this? I mean, it just looks good for white with all the space. This is another kind gone wrong. Okay, Thruster. He has the white pieces. We saw this knight f5 move, king h8. So what is the queen doing on h5? That's the question, guys. I'm not sure. That won't hurt, but it's still tense. But how does white improve here? How does white improve the position? There's some e4 in the air, but it's not a huge threat. So he just plays king h1. I was thinking about some complicated stuff like f4, but it's probably not necessary. Okay, we need to get our troops into the game. Get our troops. Yeah, I thought this was the most natural move. So black is solid, but I don't see any way for black really to improve his position. Is knight f3 a move? My idea is just g5, but okay, it takes on f5. Not so easy. Okay, let's not torture Johan with the webcam. Thruster looks very, very focused. I like that. So he has 7:50 against 10 minutes. Queen h4. Okay, so this is always eyeing f6, which could set up some tricks. Rook g8. I think he wants. No, I mean no. It's not a blockade. We always have knight f3. But how does white improve here? I'm trying to find some tricks based on like some kind of capture on e5. He goes for f4. Okay, it goes for f4. Which is double-edged because, I mean, he can't take. And then we play d4. That must be the idea. Because otherwise bishop e3. Yeah, I think if he takes, he'll play d4. Followed by knight f3. And hopefully some kind of evil business. Bishop c2, g5, d4. Must be the idea, yep. Sasha Barilovic says Thruster face shows he's looking for mate. He looks very, very focused. I like it. Thruster is in good form. He was playing a tournament game yesterday. Okay, so he gives up the pawn. That's a good practical decision. Takes bishop b8. With the mate threat constantly. Þetta er spennandi.
Ertu útsendingu?
Ja, we're live. Let's have a look at some other games as well. Hjörvar. Oh, that's a good move. Ay. What happened? Did he miss this? Okay, f3 is hanging at some point. Okay, this looks just horrible. Because the discovered check here is just not good for us. Okay. Tense match, guys. 6.5, 6.5. If we're dropping this one, it's gonna be tough. But I already called it. Björn is gonna sail it to home. So he sacks the queen. Probably the best practical decision. So what do we have? A pawn for the queen at the moment. Can I give the queen back? Like takes, rook d1. Or knight takes c6. This is too complicated for me. What the hell is going on? What in the world? Okay, so good news, queen c1. Then we take on e7. With what? I'm not sure. Probably the rook. And then we can double or something. 2 pieces for the queen. It's not enough, but at least it's okay. It takes on d2. It's a wee bit surprising. But black has a horrible pawn structure if they somehow end up with equal material. What about just rook? Yeah, rook d1. Rook d1. Yeah, the thing is like moves like knight takes e4. There's even bishop d3. So there's no apparent counterplay for this. But okay, rook d1. I guess he has to take on c3. And doesn't look good. So we need Thrully to pull some tricks here. We haven't checked Björn in a while. Okay, so some massive things happened here. We saw knight takes e4. Let's quickly just look at that. Here, rook e3. Okay, predicted that one. Knight c5. What happened? Some trickery. Knight e5. Knight takes f7. What? Bishop b4. If bishop takes d4, there was queen e4 check. So materially, this is not good for white. I mean, this is good enough for the queen, but at the moment there is no coordination. If black can get coordinated, he will be doing great. I actually don't like this. g4, okay, yeah, black to move. Well, black's problem at the moment is he wants to play like b6, bishop b7, but that hangs this one. If you move this pawn, I play d5, so it's not completely clear how you untangle at the moment. And white just wants to play h4, g5. Try to even mate the king. Okay, let's go to thruster. This is a tough game. Tough game, guys. Okay, well, if rook e1, where does the knight go? Bishop d6, yeah, good move, well done. I'm not sure what's going on here, guys. Knight h2, okay, so he wants to trade. How is the trade? If he just takes everything. Can't be worse for white. We get the e-file, there's no break for the rook. It's tough for us to get in, but also never losing. It must be good for white. He has some options of h for g5 at some point. Okay, he's attacking this guy. What about rook e1? Followed by queen e3. That's what I was thinking. Björn should have decent chances, I agree. Do we want to trade the queens? I think so. Yes, we do. Of course we do. Okay, so the knight can't really move anywhere, so bishop d6 seems like the move to play here. But then what? Like queen e3, queen h4. It's not so easy to do anything. Okay, let's go over to Hudnin. He played g4, bishop a5, f4, bishop to, oh, he hung this guy, but he gets the g4 pawn. So black has chances here, well, excellent chances of setting up a fortress, but on the other hand, white is never losing, so this is like a typical position where Björn is, you know, keeps the position alive, and then in the end he somehow wins on time. Sailing it home, guys. That's what I'm predicting. I'm not sure about a5. Maybe you want to have more dynamism in your pawns. Play a4 and b4, maybe b5 at some point. Okay, it just gives up a pawn here, but if it does, you know, this bishop is very good. So, do we want to risk a6? I think we have to. Do I know my guy? Will he play a6? I don't think he's really risking much by playing a6, so... And he will be threatening to come in, and at least we have a passed pawn. I think he will do it. Because black can never get any mating attack on the king. It's perfectly safe here. So I think to win, I think he will play a6. Let's go to thruster. That's actually, what the hell is this? Is it the perpetual? Please don't be more, it can't be more. Queen takes. We can start with this, so we can start with this. Okay, and then you take this. Does he want to take on c3? And maybe g5. Nah, it's not good. No. Can't risk it. Queen f2. Now black has to take the draw here. Surely he's taking the draw. Queen takes c3. Queen f2. Covering everything. Takes on a3. Queen d2. But then he checks this one off. I still don't think black can win there, so I think it would be insane to go for that. Quick look at Hjörvar. Can he drum up something? No. It's down the exchange. He does have a pawn, but the a6 pawn is dropping. h4 pawn is dropping. No counterplay to speak of. No counterplay to speak of. This looks fairly lost for black. Actually completely lost, so. H3, why not? Bishop takes A6, don't see why not. Rook here, no, it doesn't do anything. I mean, maybe one knight is good here, but not both battling for the same square. It's like a superfluous knight, according to Dvoretsky. So I'm sort of writing this one off. There's more on the line in this one. And he's going for the perpetual. He is going for the perpetual. Game drawn by repetition. That means it's 7-7. With Hjörvar's lost match, or game, it's clear that we're not going to win this match. But I already told you who's going to sail it home. So we will yet again have Björn sailing. Unfortunately, this looks like a very good fortress for black. So did he not play a6? Why did he not? I think that's the only chance to try to win. You're not risking anything, are you? Okay. How do you? Okay, we can play f5 at some point. b5 at some point. Not right now. Okay, f5. But how to improve? Já, ég var að setja það. Ef þú þótt að fá fullt af peðum, bara queen takes c3, queen f2, queen takes a3, queen d2, queen h3, king g1. If he takes on g4, you have queen g2. Even if he gets g4, it's very hard to win. But yeah, he could have tried, but. Okay, Johan just dropped the whole. But if Bjössi wins, then we'll draw the match. How to win? He's just losing. Just on the exchange. There's no play here. It's just gonna take at some point. Everything. So it's all about this one. Yeah. We need Björn to win. No, yeah. I thought he should play. Yeah, I think he had to try a6 earlier. It's really hard to do anything now. No, he drew a green it. Oh, god damn it. That means we lose the match. Unless Hjörvar can find some miracle, but that's unlikely at this point. Oh, that hurts, guys. That hurts. All this puffin hype for nothing, guys? No! No! I will not have it. Knights are tricky pieces. Can we somehow get them working? I don't see it. The knight is a tricky piece. So it looks like a loss for Hjörvar, and I think Man United is losing as well, so not a good night for Hjörvar. Damn it. Yeah, I don't see it. I do not see it. Where's the play, guys? Where is the play? Yeah, the problem is f takes e6, this rook takes g7, knight takes, bishop takes a6 here, bishop b7, yeah. Completely lost. This is resignable. As you can see, he resigns, yeah. Oh, after all this, after all that, guys, we're up 6.5, 5.5, but it wasn't to be this time around. Johan blunders the queen, and Björsi doesn't sail it home. I jinxed it. It's my fault. Just gonna have a quick chat with the guys, and I'll be back. eitthvað. Það var alltaf volið í tóttina. Sæll farnir. 16 hræður eftir. Já. Puffins.
The Puffins.
Next match. Grand Puffins. Yeah, that was heartbreaking, but on to the next one.
We could have taken this one.
See you on Super Sunday. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.